When you think of the Pokemon anime, you naturally think of all the amazing Poke battles that are shown throughout it. Being the main character of the anime, obviously Ash Ketchum is the star of the battle more often than not. However, there have been plenty of times when the anime decided to bless us with amazing battles that don't feature Ash. For this list, we'll be ranking the top 10 best battles that don't feature Ash Ketchum. This list will be in no particular order, but we found 10 of the best battles in the show's rich history that showcase other trainers' amazing battle skills. I did happen to say we multiple times because for this video, I won't be alone. I worked on this video with none other than Champion Blaze.
Hey Pokemon champions, I'm Champion Blaze, and the Pokemon anime definitely has quite a few gems where the battles don't feature Ash Ketchum at all. From battles that focus on rivals, other main characters, or even the various champions, we have a good variety of battles to discuss today.
For 2025, I'm trying to work with a different Pokemon creator on a video every month. Last month I made a video with Toshi where we ranked Ash Ketchum's Pokemon leagues. If there's a certain Pokemon YouTuber you want me to collab with, please let me know in the comments below. You can find all the collabs I've ever done on my LUAPER and Friends playlist, and there's probably some gems you haven't seen before. But as for today's video, I decided to not include any contest battles as I'm going to make a separate video discussing the best contest battles in the Pokemon anime. But without further ado, let's get right into this list.
To start off our list, let's discuss one of the best battles from the Alola League, Gladion vs Kiawe. It's not often we get to see Ash's rivals battle each other, but when we do, it's always a treat. We have Kiawe, who has been Ash's rival since he first arrived in Alola, and we have Gladion, whose Lycanroc becomes a rival for Ash's Rockruff and eventual Lycanroc. These two time and time again have shown how strong they can be, especially Gladion, as Ash has battled him far more consistently than Kiawe. This battle had incredibly fluid and dynamic animation, with one highlight being Kiawe launching Flare Blitz and Iron Head in succession against Gladion's Lycanroc. Kiawe's Turtonator even learns Focus Blast during this battle due to Kiawe's tough spirit. Despite Gladion adding the Fire Memory to Savali to tank Inferno Overdrive at the last minute, this battle was exhilarating and even ends with Kiawe forming his own rivalry with Gladion. These two battled with heart, passion, and respect. Gladion's Lycanroc also isn't easy to defeat, and the fact that Kiawe brought it down shows how strong he is. But at the end of the day, Gladion was just more powerful. I love any time these two battle, and this battle did not disappoint.
Paw vs Roark is one of those battles that you forget about but was actually an amazing one that you just forgot. But this battle is genuinely such an amazing one for so many different reasons. For one, you don't often get to see Ash's rivals take on gym battles, and if you do, they're generally pretty quickly done, but not this one. This battle spanned basically the entirety of an episode, and it was a full 3-on-3 battle. Roark uses Geodude, Onix, and Cranidos, whereas Paw goes with Azumarill, Chimchar, and Elekid. The battle holds the record for having the most abilities activated in a single episode with a total of 4. We got Elekid Static, Onix's Rockhead, Chimchar's Blaze, and Cranidos' Mold Breaker. And don't forget the hidden 5th ability, subscribing to this channel. We're so close to 50k subs, and if you subscribe, it would truly help support our channel and get us closer there. I make daily Pokemon content, what isn't there to love? This battle also showed us how amazing they choreographed these battles. Paw using Protect strategically, Onix using Stealth Rocks to have chip damage all throughout, and many other amazing strategies were done by both trainers. Both trainers gave it their all, and in the end, despite the type disadvantage, Paul was able to come out on top and earn himself his first gym badge in the Sinnoh region. It was also refreshing to see Paul was actually pretty respectful towards Rock, since, you know, he's such a dick towards Ash and Dawn all the time. Another fun tidbit about this battle is that Roark's Cranidos' Mold Breaker ability was used to shrug off Elekid Static, despite not being able to do that in the actual games, but let's just chalk that up to the fact that his Cranidos has max friendship in the Let's Go games.
Diamond and Pearl was full of incredible battles, and one that no one was expecting was Dawn vs Maylene, the Veilstone City gym leader. This matchup took everyone by surprise, but my goodness was it a great surprise. During the Veilstone arc, we meet the Veilstone gym leader Maylene. She's having trouble continuing her duties as gym leader, so Dawn connects with her to help her feel better and reignite her spirit. To do this, she battles her. This is the first time a main female protagonist has challenged a gym leader, and if Dawn was more experienced at this time, she probably could have won. Despite not having any experience with gym battles herself, she's picked up quite a few tips by watching Ash's gym battles as well as Paul's gym battle against Roark. Dawn does very good for herself. She turns the gym battle into a contest battle, which helps her cover her disadvantages and weak points compared to Maylene. Ambipom gets a win against Meditite, Veneri prior to that gets to show off its strength, and then we get a strong back and forth between Lucario and Piplup. Even though Dawn lost this battle, she puts up an amazing fight that helped Maylene find her battling spirit again and served as significant development for her and her Pokemon.
Coming back with another Paw battle, what can I say, we share the same name so I'm a bit biased, but this time I take you to the Sinnoh League Top 16 where he battled everyone's favorite impatient boy Barry. This was a fun battle and yet another 3-on-3 battle to showcase both trainer skills right before they cut to top 8 and full battles. Paw brought his powerhouse team using 3 of his strongest Pokemon, Ursaring, Magmortar, and Electivire. This basically showed us that he was taking this battle very seriously, and Barry wasn't slouching either. A fun thing about this battle was that it didn't go down to the last Pokemon like the very trope that many Pokemon battles in the anime show us. In fact, despite putting up an amazing effort, Barry actually didn't knock out a single one of Paul's. It was actually a 3L sweep. This is because Paul played very strategically around Barry's moves and switched out his Pokemon whenever Barry was getting some momentum, and then would knock out whatever Pokemon Barry had. Still, both of them battled very well, and we got to see some amazing game mechanics like Ursaring getting burned, which procced its Guts ability, just like in the battle in Lake Equity vs Ash. We got to see spikes and many other great strategies. And hey, at least Barry finally got to battle against a trainer he looked up to since his debut.
Let's take a look at one more Paul-focused battle, but this time one where he actually loses pretty tragically. Following Ash's victory in the Snowpoint Gym, Brandon arrives to Snowpoint City with the Battle Pyramid, this of course being the Battle Frontier facility that took Ash 3 attempts to defeat. We eventually find out that Paul's older brother Reggie couldn't actually beat the Battle Pyramid during his run in the Battle Frontier. Upon hearing that Ash himself eventually defeated Brandon, this infuriates Paul, and he immediately challenges Brandon to a battle with the same boldness with which he challenged Cynthia earlier in his journey. This battle is so narrative driven and is written greatly for Paul's character. It's a full 6-on-6 battle, but Brandon won't need 6 Pokemon since he's using all 3 members of the Reggie trio. Paul uses Magmar, Lairon, Ursaring, Nidoking, Hariyama, and Electabuzz against Brandon's 3 Titans. Paul puts up a decent fight, but against 3 legendary Pokemon, his 6 Pokemon are easily defeated. Throughout this battle, Paul wants to prove that he's different from his brother Reggie, and provides a lot of emotional weight. We also see Paul slowly lose his composure over time as his rage takes over. It's a side of Paul that we haven't seen before, as up until this point, he's been shown to be a pretty dominant trainer. The writers even make you want to root for Paul, despite his inevitable loss. And when you see Paul's face when he eventually does lose, you can't help but feel bad for him. This battle would profoundly change Paul's character and how he battles moving forward, and this was a great way to use a returning character to develop a new character. What a fantastic battle.
Near the start of Pokemon Journeys, we got to witness the finale of the World Coronation Series. It was a battle between Kanto and Johto's champion Lance, who actually wasn't a champion right there, versus the champion of the Galar region Leon. What makes this battle different from any other in this list is that it's just a one-on-one battle, but boy did they make up for it. We got to see Lance's new ace in the shiny Gyarados we saw him capture in the original series, going up against Leon's trusty ace Charizard. Both trainers put amazing tactics, with Leon overcoming the type disadvantage with him having Thunder Punch on his Charizard, and Lance not holding back either, pushing Leon against the corner. They both Dynamaxed and fought even harder, but in the end Leon came out victorious, which was a surprise to no one, well, since he's supposed to be undefeated. However, this random out of nowhere battle was truly great and gave us a sneak peek of the fortitude of trainers we can expect to see in the World Coronation Series, and someday in the Masters 8 too. It's just a shame that this battle was better than most of the Master 8 battles. And again, this is just a one-on-one battle. Had we seen a full battle, or hell, even a 3-on-3 battle, this would have easily been one of the best battles in the anime ever. Period.
Speaking of Lance, this man kept his position in the Masters 8 and eventually ended up battling Diantha in round 1 of the Masters 8 tournament. Now, while this matchup was definitely the least exciting of the round 1 matchups, it was actually the second best battle because both trainers got to show off why they're champions and why they made it to the Masters 8 in the first place. I will say this battle doesn't really have any highlight moments for any specific Pokemon, but as a whole, each team shows off their strengths. Lance gets to show off his dominating presence and power. He owns 2 pseudo-legendary dragon types along with his iconic red Gyarados. Then Diantha gets to demonstrate how strategic and calculated of a battler she can be with strategies like the common dual screen strategy or using Trick or Treat to add the ghost type to Lance's Pokemon. It was great to see Lance in action, and even better to see Diantha win a battle using more than just her Gardevoir. It was a pretty accurate video game battle, but still allowed both champions to shine in their own way.
One of my sleeper best battles that we ever got to see that didn't involve Ash Ketchum was actually in the top 8 of the Lumiose Conference, where we got to see 2 of his rivals from the XY series duke it out. Tierno vs Sawyer is one of those battles that you forgot happened, but when you watch it, you remember how good it was. In this battle, we got to see how in sync Tierno was with his team of dancers, and we equally get to see how much Sawyer has improved. His strategies are very calculated, and he's really good at decision making in battle. Seeing Sawyer Mega Evolve his Sceptile for the first time was also just chef's kiss. Anytime that these two Mega evolved, they always made for fantastic animation and battle sequences. One thing that holds this battle back is that poor Tierno didn't find a Blastoise tonight, and was just using his base form Blastoise. But even then, he didn't let the handicap hold him back, as he fought Sawyer down to his final Pokemon and had Raichu being an absolutely beast, utilizing his Blastoise's Rain Dance to perfection. We truly got to see why these two made it this far in the tourney, and it was an underrated battle.
Speaking of league battles, let's return to the Masters 8 to discuss one of the best battles in all of Pokemon journeys, Iris versus Cynthia. This battle was 10 plus years in the making, as these powerful women first battled in the Black and White series when Iris's Haxorus was still an Axew. This battle features Iris's Excadrill, Dragonite, and Haxorus against Cynthia's Gastrodon, Milotic, and Garchomp. With Iris now being the Unova champion, she gets to show just how strong she truly is against the Sinnoh champion. We see Iris demonstrating her deep bonds with her Pokemon, and Cynthia demonstrating her sheer power and strength that she's known for. Iris's development and growth is on full display throughout this battle, and no matter what upper hand Iris gets, Cynthia doesn't flinch. The main highlight was definitely Haxorus being able to take down Milotic with Breaking Swipe and then go blow for blow with Garchomp. It went from not being able to damage Garchomp at all to being able not only to hold its own against base form Garchomp, but even making Cynthia use Mega Evolution to secure a win. Haxorus squared off against Mega Garchomp like a champ, and despite losing, Iris and her Pokemon displayed tremendous growth since their first battle against Cynthia.
Who can forget when the Alolan cast went to Kanto and Ash battled against Misty? Of course, that battle was fantastic, but in the same episode we got to see Brock go against Kiawe. It was the battle against Ash's current male traveling companion, sorry Sophocles, against his original. Brock was no slouch in this battle as he used his trusty Steelix against Kiawe's best pal Turtonator. Both of these dudes went all out with Kiawe using Infernal Overdrive, which up to this point was an instant win condition, but this time it barely left any effect on Brock's Steelix. Brock was able to show off his growth since his departure by showing off his Mega Stone and Mega Evolving Steelix as well, which was just absolutely great. Brock showed off his maturity in battling by very methodically defeating Kiawe. This battle showed us that Kiawe, despite being a strong trainer as he was at this point in the Sun and Moon anime, had a very long way to grow before he could truly be his best self. This battle had great animation and showed off two very strong personalities going head to head. I don't think there's anyone who could watch this battle and not get fired up. And there you have it, the best battles in the Pokemon anime that don't feature Ash Ketchum. This list had many battles from different series in the Pokemon anime, and there are definitely battles that we missed. So my question to you is, which of the battles that were not featured in this video do you think have a good chance at being on here? Make sure you check out Blaze's channel if you enjoy Pokemon videos like this, because he certainly makes fantastic Pokemon content and he's so close to 5,000 subscribers, so please go show him some love. And with that being said, it's been your boy LUAPER, and I'm out. Peace.